It's come to my attention that somebody here was saying that they were having issues with shaders. And they said, none of them are working inside of my mod pack, they said. But, well, today I'm going to show you that some shaders, they might work. Some shaders, they might not. Depends on your device. And I'm going to use a very low spec device for this. This is called a Retroid Pocket 3. It has a Unisoc Tiger chipset with a weird chipset for a GPU, and it's not a very performing chipset, and it's only got 3 gigabytes of RAM. But the first thing we're going to do is subscribe to the channel. Make sure you pay attention to all my content, and make sure you come back for more, because I'm giving away JavaMinecraft accounts every once in a while on the channel, including this video. It'll have a code, well, at least part of a code, because I have a code in another video that was recent to this one, and you have to just pay attention to all 5 parts of the code to actually get the full code. Do you understand what I mean by that? Anyways, so the first thing we're going to do is navigate down to the download section, go to download mod pack, go to search platform, and go to Modrinth. Go to Opti Mobile. This is the mod pack that I suggest on the channel because it has all the mods and everything that you need, including everything from 1.20 and above, okay? Now, if you're playing on 1.16, you can't use shaders on that one unless you use Zinc and you have a decent device that can use Zinc. Now, if you're playing on 121.11 and you want to use this mod pack and download it and basically show support for this mod pack, then you can definitely do so. Now, the big thing is that not all shaders, again, are going to work unless you set up mobile glues properly. You have to use mobile glues, otherwise it's not going to work. The other thing I suggest is to turn down your resolution scale, okay? Resolution scale to maybe like 40% on a very low end device, maybe 35 to 30. It depends on how performant your device is, because that does help with performance a bit. Now, the other thing that I turn on is enable sustained performance, and now I'm gonna click on home. Now we're gonna click on launch game. Before we actually get into the game, we are going to do some pre-configurations for the video settings, but I already have videos out there for shaders with basically Forge and even Fabric. But if you didn't check those out, then go ahead and do so, and also make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of these videos. Today is more of just a, hey, this is why this isn't working, this is how it works, and showing that I can even get Makeup Lite working on this potato phone just fine. This isn't really a phone, it's an Android gaming device that came out like 6+ years ago now, I think. Maybe 5, I don't know. Time flies when you're having fun, isn't it? And we finally made it to the Mojang loading screen. This definitely proves my point about how certain devices are a lot better than others. But we're not going there today. Now we're gonna go to options, video settings, and I'm going to change this render distance all the way down to 2 on this device. Simulation distance, I'm going to probably crank that down to about 6 maybe chunks. And for everything else here, VSync, I'm going to keep that off. Quality, I'm going to go maybe fast. Cloud distance, I'm going to leave that. Weather effects, I'll turn that all the way down. See-through leaves, I'm going to keep that off. Smooth lighting, I'm going to keep that off. And I think that's good enough for that. Let's go down here, see if there's anything else. I don't think. Oh, we have entity shadows. I'm going to turn that off as well. And show vignetting. And anisotropic filtering, turn that all the way off as well. Click apply. Okay. Now, the one big thing to note here is that we're going to select a shader right away. And if it works, it works. The only shader I've tested out right now is the Makeup Shader Lite, which is going to be this one right here. I haven't tested out to see if BSL shader will work on this device or not. BSL shader is pretty demanding, but we're going to do so. We're going to go to shader pack settings. I already pre-configured all these shaders to work with this mod pack as well, by the way. So if you're saying it doesn't work, then it's probably just your phone's GPU and CPU, or you didn't set something up right, or you're using 1.16.5. I don't know what version this person was using. I think they said 121.11, but anyways, let's jump right into it and see what kind of performance we can get with BSL. We might even get a crash. I don't know. Well, this device only has 3 gigs of RAM. And using shaders is pretty demanding, but we're going to try. We'll go to Creative World and check it out. Now, I know, again, Makeup Lite works. So if this one doesn't work, then we're going to go to Makeup Lite, and I'm just going to prove a point that I made sure that these shaders actually work on multiple devices for all of these versions before you actually download this mod pack. This is called Opti Mobile. Once again, there's one on CurseForge. Make sure you change the platform like I did in the intro of this video, and go to Modrinth if you want the sodium version of it, or you can use the Embedium version for 1.20.1. I might make another version where you have to actually use Optifine, but we'll wait and see for that one, okay? Let's just wait until this loads. And like I said, we probably have ourselves a crash on this device, okay? There's nothing else I can do about that but close everything down and then go back into ZalithLauncher and pick another shader. And I know, again, Makeup Light works. I haven't changed anything. I haven't downloaded any shaders. I tested this all out again before I even uploaded these mod packs with a handful of Android gaming handhelds and even Android gaming phones. I have a couple Mali GPU devices that just won't load a couple shaders, and I have most of my Snapdragon devices that load all of these shaders. And that's why I put them all in there, because I know not everybody's devices can handle shaders, but these shaders are all compatible because there's certain versions that won't work, which are newer versions, and then older versions work just fine. Okay, now let's go back to options. Let's change that shader because obviously BSL shader is not compatible. So let's click apply on the light shader. Now I went into the settings here and I'm going to change this all the way down to about shadowless low, okay? And realistic, I'm going to change this to light legacy. And for style, I'm going to go vanilla, and I'm going to go with, actually, let's just try actually, no, I know shadowless low works, so let's try that. Shadowless low, okay? Click apply, make sure you save those settings, and we're going to click on back after we're done. So done, and we've already set up all the other settings here. So we should be good to go to actually play with this shader. I know it works. Again, I've tested it before I even did this video just to make sure that there wasn't any issues. And surprisingly enough, I was actually able to get this shader working with this device. This device, again, is more for just like retro gaming, very like small things up to like N64 and some PlayStation. So this device is not the best device in the world, and it's pretty much outdated and old at this point. But if you want to play some Game Boy Advance on a little device like this, then you definitely can. And here we go. There is the shaders. I didn't say that the performance was going to be great, but here is the shaders working on even this low spec device. And I do have the angle render turned on. If you watch my video from the other day, I told you, hey, this is how you fix the basically graphical glitches with 1.2111. But if you don't mind playing this way, here is shaders working on this very much potato device. It might not look like it, but there wouldn't be these shadows and all that kind of stuff if the shader wasn't actually working the way it's supposed to. We can also confirm this by basically going into the menu. Yeah, there's still some chunks missing. Video settings, go to shader packs, and we can turn this off. Click apply, and you'll see that the shader gets turned off, and the performance will get better, a lot better. Like, look at that, big jump. So 40 FPS, you can probably lock that up into like 30 FPS and have some fun. But there you go, point proven. Shaders all work in my mod pack, but does the device work? Well, no, it's crashing right now and probably catching on fire because I've been using it for multiple different videos. Don't play JavaMinecraft on the Retro Pocket 3. I promise you, you won't have a good time.